Hello, coach. Over here, live, Victoria Cadero for Real Madrid Television. Based on your experience as a coach, what would you say is the most important thing to win this before Chelsea? The most important thing, it would be to think first that is a match of 180 minutes and to try and do it properly. Tomorrow's match is not decisive. Tomorrow's match may give us the advantage to handle better this second leg. I believe the team is right, is motivated, is encouraged, and we're excited about coming back to champions and living a magical night in Bernabeu. Hello, coach. Jose Luis Sanchez from Leicester. You just talk about magical night in Bernabeu. The draw is different than the previous season. Quarterfinals and semi-final, it's outside Bernabeu, what was key. What would be the formula playing the second leg away from Bernabeu? I believe it's a different approach. As I say, we have to take advantage of the fact that we're playing the first leg home to take an advantage and to handle better the second leg, which is the decisive one. I think the team did properly home and away, because if they didn't do it properly home and away, the match from last year in the first leg against Paris Saint-Germain, we didn't play properly. But we play properly all of the matches, and I deserve to win the champions, because usually who wins deserves it. Hello, coach. Good afternoon. Miguel Angel from Cadena Cope. I would like to ask about an aspect of you that many of us don't know. We know your professional part, but you recognize, Diego Barros recognized that you said that they're going to play the final as it's going to be, and Pablo Maldini said, a big friend of yours, that called you after the draw on the prognosis was that in Istanbul it was going to be Real Madrid-Milan. So how often is he right, especially bearing in mind that the final is on the same day as your birthday? For me and for Paulo, Istanbul is not a nice memory, especially this stadium, Lataturk, and especially in 2005. So we remembered about it just because of it. And Maldini, I love him very much. He was my colleague, my captain, a wonderful man. And if we can see my birthday, that would be good. From Diario AS, we asked a few minutes ago David Alaba how he saw Fede Valverde after what happened after the match against Villarreal. I would like to know how you saw him, and if, with your broad experience in the world of football, if you provide any advice to him. I saw him right yesterday, today, motivated like everybody else in the team. He trained properly. We know him very well. I know him very well. Federico has an special human quality, extraordinary. And about what happened, I don't want to comment what happened, but I'm sure that tomorrow he was going to give it all as usual. Hello, coach. Andres Rubio from Spanish television. In the match on Camp Nou, we saw quite an offensive 11 from Rodrigo being part of the starting 11. I would like to see tomorrow, we're going to see Real Madrid also quite offensive. Or are you going to be more conservative, thinking about the second leg? Offensive, conservative, I don't know. We are focused on having a full match, defending properly, better than what we did against Villarreal, and to attack, if possible, as we did against Barcelona. Hello, coach. Javier Rats from Cadena Ser. Although there was a happy end, I don't know if Chelsea was the team that made it most difficult for you at Bernabeu last year. Last year we suffered a lot. It was the match where, due to a number of reasons, because the match was We had a lot of advantage when they got here, but it was really difficult for us, and we have to respect this team, this club, because it's a top level club with very good players. They're not going through a good moment, but sometimes this kind of matches, with this kind of matches, the moment is not that good. They have such big motivation that they're going to get the best out of them. With the players Chelsea has, it's a squad that is really high level. Hello, Carlo from El Mundo. Tomorrow, an ex-coach from Everton is facing the current champions of Europe in quarterfinals. It happened to you last year, and it happens to Frank Lampard now. You are 20 years older than Lampard, and Lampard is 44, which is the year on which you won the first champions in your life. Is it more difficult, the lack of experience to the opponent, than the experience? Is that more dangerous for you? I don't believe that the experience I have, not being lucky, because this is what happens, because I'm 63 and he's 44, so I have 20 years extra experience, and it is not going to change what's going to happen in March. Just because Lampard was a big player that I was lucky enough to train for 2 years. He's an amazing professional, an extraordinary professional. He knows quite well what may happen in these matches, how to prepare a team for this kind of matches. Experience in this case, I don't think is very useful. Truth to be told, he got there just a week ago to this club with many players he already know about. And he's going to do it properly in the time he was there in Chelsea. Hello, Carlo. Fernando Burgos on the 0. Jose Luis asked at the beginning that now there's a change, that you don't play first away and then home. And the answer finished, by the way, we deserve it to win the previous season, the champions, because who wins it deserves it. Because there was a lot about Madrid's luck. Without, and you just mentioned that, so do you think it's unfair, those criticism? You cannot get it back to win champions? Yes, I'm convinced that we deserved it, because if you can come back on the matches in the last few minutes, we did more, we had more confidence, more energy to win the match. Matches ends when the referee blows the whistle, says a big coach, which was Bosco. We deserve to win it, and we'll try to deserve to win it this year as well. Hello, Carlo, over here, Sergio Sancho from Relevo. And not because of the management, because we played better than others. Brady? Yep, sorry. Okay, tell me. So Alaba was here, and he said that he is more comfortable in the central position since he got back from his injury. Left sides were Nacho, Camavinga. So I'd like to ask if right now, with Mendy being injured, in that position of left side is Nacho, Camavinga, and Alaba is going to be in the central position for sure. Right now, I believe Alaba is doing properly in the central position. He came back from the injury, and he played quite well against Valladolid and Barcelona. Pablo Polo from Marca. We talked a lot about champions from last year, management, from all the amazing matches that there were. When did you think that it was more difficult, that you were out because there were so many amazing comebacks? Did you think that it was lost in a given moment? Well, it was difficult moments, especially against Chelsea and against Manchester City. That was the big motivation of not thinking of it as it being lost. And at the end of the day, we won it.
UK, may I have one of your excellent English answers, please? Yes. Are you sad to see Chelsea in the state that it's in, nearer the bottom of the table than the top, given that you won the Premier League title with them? And if asked, would you consider going back to help them?
Again, I'm sad. Yes, I have a fantastic memory of this club, of the people that are still working there, and I am a supporter of Chelsea, of course, because I spent 2 years really nice there. Be back? No, I think that Lampard, I hope that Lampard is able to do a fantastic job with them.
We'll do two last questions, últimas dos preguntas.
Hola.
David Alvarez from El País. I would like to ask about Vinicius. It seems like he's a bit better in these last few weeks with opponents that created a lot of problems like Foyt or Araujo. So this improvement, is it more related to a study or tactical preparation on your side, or is it more related with inspiration from the very Vini? How do you see that? Is just his inspiration? He's unstoppable right now. Sometimes they stop him, some other times they don't, because he continues and continues and continues. Right now, it's a player who has amazing continuity. And what he does it every day. It's not that he reserves something in the training. He trains all the way every day. Tatiana Montavanetti from TNS Sports Brazil. Karim Benzema and Vinicius Jr. together have more goals this season than the whole of Chelsea. And people talk a lot about being the best couple right now forward in Europe, the best in football. I would like to know if, rather than what we see in the pitch, how well they play football, the fact that they have a good relationship outside is key for all these things we've seen from these two players. I believe this is a group, of course I see it all in Valdebebas. It's a group that are comfortable amongst each other, and a group it's comfortable when they understand quite well when it's time to play and time to work. And this is the kind of group we have. Sometimes they have fun together, but when it's time to work, we don't have to mention it. You don't have to push them to work. They are working. And for a coach, for me to manage this squad is quite simple. I can manage it quite well. Thank you. Wait. And everyone recognizes that I'm really good in management, but there are other things. This team is very well worked, because this team were lucky enough to win the Copa del Rey in 2 seasons. It won all available titles, and sometimes there are teams that don't win in the whole life. And having said that,